Your brain can't tell real from imagined. Did you know that your brain reacts the same to imagined fear as it does to real danger? Thinking about a scary moment increases your heart rate. That's why visualization works, both for fear and for success. Picture success daily. Your brain will follow. Visualization is one of the most powerful tools available to us. It has the power to transform our lives and help us achieve our goals. But to truly harness this power, we must first understand how it works, and that starts with understanding the brain. You see, the brain is a complex organ that is responsible for controlling our thoughts, emotions, and actions. When we think about a certain situation or experience, whether it be a happy memory or a traumatic event, our brain processes it in the same way as if it were happening in real time. This means that our heart rate, breathing, and other physiological responses are triggered by simply thinking about a particular scenario. We must realize that our brain cannot differentiate between real and imagined stimuli, and that it will respond accordingly. Just like we practice our skills in order to improve them, we must also practice visualization in order to rewire our brains. Next, we must practice visualizing ourselves achieving our goals. This means creating a mental image of ourselves succeeding and then holding on to that image for as long as possible. We must feel the emotions associated with that success, such as happiness, excitement, and pride. By doing this regularly, we are able to rewire our brains to expect success. We are also able to trick our brains into thinking that success is already happening, which triggers the release of the necessary neurotransmitters and hormones. If we visualize ourselves succeeding at something, our brain will trigger the same physiological responses as if we were actually experiencing success. This is why visualization is such a powerful tool. By visualizing ourselves achieving our goals, we are able to trick our brains into thinking that it is already happening. By understanding how the brain works and practicing visualization on a regular basis, we can trick our brains into thinking that success is already happening. This can lead to the release of the necessary hormones and neurotransmitters that will help us achieve our goals. So if you want to succeed in any endeavor, remember to visualize yourself achieving that success regularly. Your brain won't know the difference, and your body will respond accordingly. This activates the same neural pathways and releases the same neurotransmitters as if we were actually experiencing success. It is the center of our being and the key to our success. For example, if you imagine yourself running from a bear, your body will respond as if you were actually running from a bear. Your heart rate will increase, your muscles will tense up, and you will start to sweat. This is because the brain has no way of knowing whether or not you are actually running from a bear. It just sees the scenario as potentially dangerous and responds accordingly. The brain is constantly processing information from our environment and making decisions based on that information. It is always looking for patterns and trying to make sense of the world around us. One of the most fascinating things about the brain is its ability to distinguish between real and imagined stimuli. This is because the brain does not differentiate between a real stimulus and an imagined one. It simply processes the information and reacts accordingly. This same process happens when we think about positive outcomes as well. So how can we use this to our advantage? The first step is to understand how visualization works. It's important to remember that visualization is not a one-time activity. It is a practice that must be done regularly in order to see results. In conclusion, the brain is an incredibly powerful organ that can be harnessed through visualization techniques.